California State Assembly and served from 1990 to 1992. In 1992, he was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, representing a district in Los Angeles County. During a career in Washington that spanned more than 2 decades, Xavier Becerra became one of the most influential Democrats in the House, serving in several leadership positions as the first Latino in House history to sit on the powerful Ways and Means Committee. In December 2016, Becerra accepted Governor Brown's offer to appoint him as Attorney General of California, the first Latino to hold such an office. He will be challenged by Republican Steve Bailey in November's race for Attorney General. Please help me in warmly welcoming the Attorney General for the state of California, Xavier Becerra.
I don't want to give anyone my back. In case I say something wrong and then decide. But I do. If I could start by saying to Rick and Victoria, thank you very much. I got a call from Rick's brother, Judge Dave De Alba, saying, you know what? My brother says he wants to help you. And you should call him because he wants to gather some folks. So I did. I don't know if Dave has ever told you the story, but I'm in this position because of Dave De Alba. David De Alba used to work at the Attorney General's office. When I was coming out of law school, I had practiced for about a year out in Massachusetts as I'm coming back, and I was applying to the AG's office. Dave was there, and Dave took it upon himself to try to help recruit Latinos into the AG's office. And so he took me and a couple of other Latino attorneys and helped shepherd us through the process. And it was through Dave that I got interviews, and I ultimately got accepted to go into the Attorney General's office. I served for 4 years in the office, and then I left and got elected to the State Assembly. But for Dave De Alba, I might not have had an opportunity to take the deputy off of the title and be the Attorney General for the Department of Justice here in the state of California. So the De Alba clan has a very warm spot in my heart, and so Rick, to you and to Victoria, thank you very much for bringing so many good folks together. Leave that to you. First gorgeous home. We're going to have to do a lot of fundraisers here. It's a great place. Either that or just invite me to dinner. It's beautiful. I'll cook. I'll cook. It's good enough to come. But thank you so much for doing this and for being supportive. And to the entire host committee, I want to say thank you for being willing to bring together people to make this possible. Look, running statewide is not cheap. And those of you who followed the primary on June 5th know that we actually did very, very well. We weren't sure what would happen in the election because I'd never run statewide. And the person that most people thought I would be up against going into November, Dave Jones, another Democrat, a good Democrat, had been raising money for several years. In fact, he had $4 million in his account before I even started. And so we weren't sure what to expect. But by the time it was over, we had gotten close to 46% of the vote. And Dave didn't do so well. He came in third, and a Republican, a former judge, Stephen Bailey, came in second. It's interesting that California has become so blue that it's good to run against a Republican in the general election to have a better chance of winning. So we're in pretty good shape. But running statewide, you put up a commercial for 1 week in California, that will run you $5 million. And so it is an awesome undertaking to just raise the money. And when you don't come from a lot of wealth, this is what happens. Here's what I would like to tell you, because I'm thrilled to be here, because most of the fundraisers I go to do not look like this. And quite honestly, we need to do more of these, because the more the crowd looks like this, the more you'll have elected officials who look like this. For a lot of communities, it's very difficult. We were chatting about the Armenian community. Armenian community is concentrated in certain areas in the state, Central Valley, Glendale area in the Los Angeles part of the Southern California area. And where we concentrate, we're able to have some success. East LA, obviously. But it's been tough for our communities to break out of those particular shelters. It shouldn't be that way. And so it's nice when you see communities that are growing or communities of color have these opportunities. So I say thank you genuinely to you, because when you have to raise millions of dollars, you have to go everywhere. And I want to come here. And I'm glad that you came as well. So it makes it very special that we're doing this event. So again, to Victoria and to Rick, thank you so much for that, and to all of the host committee members. I have to say something that the Dreamers say, but I'm going to change it a little bit, because as the saying in Spanish says, "Dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres." I'm with them. I'm with the Dreamers. I love when the Dreamers say, "Undocumented and unafraid." They get out there and publicly say, and they even write it in big banners in case you don't, hear them, and they let you know that legally they are subject to removal. But they say they're unafraid. That is as courageous as anyone can be. And so I tell people that if the Dreamers can get out there to fight for not just themselves, but for their parents and for people they've never met who are just like them to come out of the shadows, then if they can be undocumented and unafraid, then I should be unbowed and unafraid as the Attorney General for the 40 million people who live here, including the Dreamers, in our great state of California. So I tell everyone, everywhere I go, we all have to be unbowed and unafraid, because there are people who have every reason to be afraid, but they are standing up. And so it is a pleasure to get to defend the Dreamers. And so when we took on the DACA case, when Donald Trump announced that he was going to eliminate the program, everyone said, "Javier, don't be crazy. Don't make that one of the first things you take on in court, because you're going to lose, and you don't want to have a losing record." And I said, well, you have to understand, this isn't for me about winning or losing. This is about fighting for who I am. I am the son of immigrants. And as I said, I feel that I am where they are. And so it was only natural for me to want to be there. But at the same time, it didn't hurt that I was at the ground floor when the whole concept of DACA was first being initiated. President Obama had a meeting in the Oval Office with about 4 of us, where right after the November 2012 elections, he had asked us to come in. This was right before Christmas. It was December the 23rd. I remember the date. We came in his office, and he said, well, the Republicans thought they were going to beat me in this election. Remember, he wasn't supposed to win his second term. Romney was supposed to win, and he had just beaten him. And he said, well, I won, which is good. He said, but the Congress went Republican. And so he said, we're up a creek when it comes to immigration. So what can we do? And having worked on immigration for a long time, I used to serve on the Judiciary Committee, I said to him, Mr. President, you don't have to wait for Congress to do something. You have powers as the executive to do some things. TPS, temporary protected status, is out there. DED, deferred and forced departure, has been used for others. So you could do something with your executive powers. And from there, it took 1.5 years, but from there came DACA. And so when it came time to defend DACA, I knew something about it. And so while many people were surprised when we got the nationwide injunction preventing Donald Trump from shutting down the program, remember, March 5th came and went, and DACA's still around. It was because I had a great team, but it was also because I needed to be unbowed and unafraid, the way the Dreamers were undocumented and unafraid. And so that's the way we do business in your California Department of Justice. So I just want you to know that this is going to be fun. Today, I sued Donald Trump again. We're getting ready to sue Donald Trump another time. And I'll just name you the two cases. The case we sued on today has to do with weapons. Because you probably heard that today now it's possible through these 3D printers to actually print weapons. Any type of weapon. The hard part about these weapons is that because they're printed from these essentially machines that make these polymer weapons, there is no way to trace them because there's no way to serialize them. And so these are called ghost guns because you could own them, you could use them, and no one will ever be able to trace them. The difficult thing about this is we had to sue Donald Trump because in court under the Obama administration had won cases twice in court that would prevent the company that has the blueprints to produce these, to manufacture these weapons. They've been wanting to put them out on the internet. And the Obama administration won court victories prohibiting the company from publishing these on the internet. Donald Trump, in his majestic wisdom, abandoned those victories and decided to settle the case and let this company go out into the internet and print these things, these blueprints, so that anyone could go out and manufacture these weapons. So we're in court to prevent them from doing it. And that lawsuit will help not just you and I stay safer in our neighborhoods, it's going to help a lot of men and women in uniform who have to try to keep us safe, but they don't know what's going on when you can't detect these weapons when they go through metal detectors because they're not metal weapons. Second lawsuit we're getting ready to do because, as you may have heard, Donald Trump has decided that it's okay to pollute this air and get rid of the clean car standards that we have in place for all of the nation, which California has led. We've made it very clear, if they take that move, and right now they're in the comment process of moving in that direction, they want to gut the provisions that we have in place that keep us moving towards cleaner burning engines in our vehicles. And we made it very clear, for California, it's no option. We cannot allow our air to get more polluted. I mean, here it looks beautiful. In Southern California, in a basin, tougher. And so we're preparing to sue the Trump administration on that. And I'll mention one other victory we had yesterday. I learned about it late in the evening. It involved Santa Clara and San Francisco, which got sued by the Trump administration. Not sued, excuse me, got an order issued against them 4 days after Donald Trump got sworn in. He issued an order saying he would not send any money, federal money, to cities and counties and states that didn't obey his wishes on immigration and deportation. And so Santa Clara, San Francisco, state of California, we sued, saying you can't do that. It's unconstitutional. Yesterday, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal gave us a victory saying, Donald Trump, you can't do that. So today, and so I look at what I'm doing as something very simple. I'm protecting California family, protecting California values, and I'm protecting California resources. Because there's no other state that creates more jobs than we do. There's no state that can say or boast that it has the #1 industries in clean energy, technology, agriculture, manufacturing, and entertainment, hospitality. No one graduates more people from college in California. We become the economic engine for the country. And we just shoved Great Britain out of number 5 in being the 5th largest economy in the entire world. Why would we want to change what we're doing when it's working so well for us? We have a lot of good jobs still to create because we have a lot of young people who are looking to earn good money. And so my job is to protect those people, their values, and their resources that have allowed us to become the economic engine for the country. That's my job, to protect them. And I'm going to do it because California looks just like this crowd here. And we deserve this son of immigrants, whose father didn't get past the 6th grade, whose mother didn't come here till she was 18 when she married my father and came from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. We all deserve a chance to show how we're going to make this country better. And so that's my fight. But I will tell you this, I've learned. I will be unbowed and unafraid, because what I'm doing because alguien me dijo con quien ando, and I'm not going to forget with whom I walk. And so I thank you for being part of this. I hope we'll be able to walk together in the future, because there's a lot to do. California will lead the way, and it will be people like you that let some of us show the direction. So thank you very much.